Welcome back to the channel, guys. You got Sal.
Joel.
Today we got a little fun one. We got, at least fun for us, right? Top 5 red flags going into a detail before or after or post, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go jump right into it.
Let's get into it, guys. Again, raw, uncut, no editing. Maybe there's some here and there. The curse words we try to cut out. So, but for the most part, we're going to go straight into it. This is a fun one. Me and Sal we were thinking about this and we were like, you know what? People are loving the top 5. What are we going to put in the top 5? So, top 5 red flags. This is a red flag for just any indicator that
there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You're going to run into something.
Something's probably going to go wrong. So, go ahead, Sal. You.
Hey, the number 1 we have, in no particular order, we have that client or the new client that says, hey, I need you to detail my car. It's not that bad.
Oh, you hear?
It's not that bad.
You hear it's not that bad. You already know. You already know what time it is.
Get ready. You better have some questions, some good follow-up questions.
Yes.
For it's not that bad.
And this is why it's important, guys, for you to ask questions before you book that appointment. Is the vehicle garage kept? How old is it? Any children? Pets in the vehicle? Do you eat in the vehicle?
Has it ever been detailed? Is it in the garage?
Yeah.
Is it on the street?
How often do you drive it? Is this your daily driver? Is this, did you buy it used?
Cloth leather seats?
All of those questions. All of those questions will get you a better idea of where you need to have a starting point, or we're at the point where we can almost dial it in and let him know, okay, based off of what he told me, price range is going to be here, and it's pretty spot on every time. Of course, there's those outliers here and there, but that's just business. That's always going to happen.
Always exceptions.
Yeah. So, yeah, that one's never fun. It's not that bad. Just remember, if it wasn't that bad, they wouldn't be looking for a detail. So number 2 is a little debatable, but either way, I think it's more about how it comes out.
The type that how they ask it.
Yes.
Whether the opening dialogue.
Yeah, like we got one yesterday and we kind of knew where that one was going.
Yes.
The potential client comes out and says, how much you guys charge for something like that?
It's like, well, you don't even know what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So usually when they say that, their car is tore up.
It's more of the way that it's asked than the question itself. You could when we're in certain neighborhoods, some people, hey man, how much you cost? How much for that? How much,
with a cigarette in the mouth already.
6 a.m.
Yes.
But it's when
you guys know what we're talking about. Put it down in the comments on how it comes off.
And usually if we're working somewhere that's like undesirable for us, and there's not we've kind of taken that out of our business at this point, but if we are making an exception and we're somewhere where, like, somebody bought a car off of us,
right,
and they wanted us to maintain it because they knew that we brought it back to life pre-sale, so they asked if we could go out there and maintain the car. We're not going to say no. They were in an area that we.
However,
yes. So I take take all the information, get it, and then he gives me the address, and at that point I don't want to say service this area, but we just went and did it. But if we're there, we know at that point the price point is going to be a little bit different if we have to do work in certain conditions in certain areas. And we could just be placing that price point as simply a deterrent because we'd rather not deal with that.
We're giving them boat prices. That's what we're doing.
So it's everything we do in our business is strategy, guys. So learn strategy, learn how to do things. And if somebody in that neighborhood did say, okay, to that price, they paid the deposit, then now we're talking a different story. I might hire just another third man for the day for security.
Yes. Just look out. Just look out right there. Look out with this bottle of acid. Keep the acid handy.
We'll figure it out. But anyway, that's how much is, you're going to get those. Just pay attention, guys. If you guys are mobile what areas you are in and how they ask for the pricing and whether or not, because we track everything, so we already know. We can tell you off of the locations. We know our location hotspots. What spots are like jumping off, where we get our most retention from. We could tell you each client that we have how much money has been accumulated and generated just from the capture of a client from being at that location. And this is one reason why we don't stop with the mobile, and the second reason is the frequency. You're just there. You're there all the time. People gain trust with that. Like people are, okay, I seen you. You've been coming here for like 2 years. You guys must be good. I know they're on vacation, but you're here, so it's one of those things.
You're at that location right before they hit a big exit. Man, all that traffic coming through. Everyone sees you.
Yep. Or there's a school drop off or something nearby. It's like, okay, we'll do the car at this time. All that stuff needs to be strategized, guys. This is how you make your business grow without doing the work. You're letting it just kind of, grow organically. But so they're asking for the price, the way that it's asked for, not necessarily the action of asking what the price is. Everybody wants to know a price. If they don't ask the price, that's a real good customer. That's the other side of the spectrum. That's where you want to be. Most of our clients are not asking what our prices or rates are because they really don't care. They just know what they can expect from us.
They want their problem fixed.
Yes.
They're calling us because they have a problem.
Yep. And that's a very good feeling.
Right, it leads right into the third one. Perfect one.
Can you just do this real quick?
Can you just do this wipe down real quick?
Can you just when they just schedule for the exterior service and then they say, oh, but can you just wipe that down real quick? Oh, can you just vacuum the there's very, very few clients. Well, all of our maintenance clients or people that we do even, continually, I'd probably say like if we're doing their vehicles quarterly and they just want to wash or something, so we go out and we take care of the exterior because we take care of washes in our community. So if somebody needs a wash, we know the client and they say, hey, can you just give it a quick little vacuum? If it's a vehicle that we service, we already know it's not going to be that beat up because our clients, they keep their cars up a certain way. That's pretty much the only type of person that they have to keep their car clean at like the top 5% of vehicle owners because to do a little vacuum, most of the time that ain't going to do nothing. Like that's not going to do anything, especially if you have a certain type of carpeting.
Yeah, where you're going to need a brush, drill brush. Yeah.
Like if it's actually most types of carpeting, unless it's a Mercedes, an Audi, a BMW, or a really nice sports car, more than likely you're going to have some nasty carpeting in there. You're going to need air. So a little simple vacuum doesn't turn into a vacuum. I simply tell the clients, wipe down's not going to do anything in here.
That's pretty much the standard answer.
I say a wipe down, honestly, is not going to do anything in here. This needs steam. This needs some scrubbing. Like a wipe down's not going to do anything. It's not even going to move the stuff that's in here because that's crusted in. That's dirt. Like
same thing goes with a vacuum. Like a vacuum, the vacuum is not going to pick this junk up.
And at that point, when they ask, "Oh, can you just do a quick little vacuum?" I say, "Yeah, that's going to be $40." They're like, $40? Yes. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to vacuum. The way that I'm going to vacuum is going to cost $40 for this condition. And we're not saying yes to every. That's like good condition. We're going to pull the mats out. We're going to vacuum it right. We're not going to hit it with air or anything, but we're going to do we might pull out some brushes to kind of hit the corners. We're going to do a damn good vacuum, but we're not going to start detailing the floor.
For a good $40 vacuum.
Yeah, you're going to get a good $40 vacuum. That's what we're going to, it's going to look good. So
usually when they ask that, they're already used 1 and 2 already of the first 2 examples that we use. Like you should see that coming.
Yeah.
When you're at that point. And you know what? That's how they all go in order too.
Yeah.
As we go.
And because it's, or a client who say, I've had clients do as much as, do you think you could give it a quick little polish real quick? How long does that only takes a few minutes, right? It's, sometimes they have no idea how long the steps take. That's why you break it down to them. Like
Yeah.
I break it
They ask,
down.
can you bring that thing out?
Yeah.
The thing.
You're not gonna
the buffer. The
you're not
buffer.
gonna,
Bring the buffer out.
Yeah, because we do the wash and wax service, but if we're pulling that polisher out, that price point just jumped. That just hit a minimum of X amount of dollars. That's completely different than a wash. So but yeah, be aware. Those are red flags. All three of those are indicators of red flags that something is probably not going to go your way. And if you don't put your foot down and you don't communicate effectively, and if you're just kind of scared and timid, or you're a yes man, this is going to hurt your business a lot.
Speaking of putting your foot down, if you're timid, goes into this one. We all have that. Every barbecue, every birthday party, graduation, there's always that one friend or that one cousin, that one family member that says, hey, oh man, I was gonna call you. I need to call you and get this. I gotta get my truck detailed, man. It's bad. I need to get you out there.
Every time you see him.
Every single time.
Yeah, never fails. Never fails. And it's funny because when Sal started detailing, he would tell me, hey man, I ran into so and so, because he would get excited because he's like, oh, I'm gonna lock my first appointment down. So he would come back saying, oh, so and so was asking me, so and so. I said, man, don't listen to none of that.
Man, that fool be asking me every time too, man.
I said he's been asking me for 3 years, So
okay,
there's certain people. So what do we do now to combat that?
So now when I know I'm going to a function, I say, hey, bro, give me a day where we don't have it, a day off, because I'm gonna make sure we get this guy booked for that day.
Yeah.
So when that same dude comes up and says, oh, Sarah, man, I was gonna call you. I said, oh, hey man, I got August 1st available just for you. Just 7 o'clock. And you're gonna find out real quick if they're down. And usually they're not about it.
All I need is that deposit right now, and the day is locked in at yours. We'll even go grab lunch afterwards. You'll see. You know what? Let me talk to.
I'll call you back on that one.
Yeah, but you won't hear them asking ever again, because I know it gets annoying, guys. It's like the little memes or whatever when they say the barber at the barbecue. And everybody's like, oh man, can I get a quick cut? Can I?
Yeah, let me go. My clippers are in my car.
Yeah, but when people hear that you're a detailer, they kind of do the same thing too, especially if they follow you, And we love the support any way we get it, but at the same time, it's like asking. We have a lawyer in the family, but it's like asking a lawyer all these legal questions, and they're like, wait a minute, am I on the clock?
I do get paid for this.
Remember the Curb Your Enthusiasm? When Larry David's, he's in line and his therapist was behind him. And he goes, hey, do you mind if I ask you a quick question? And the therapist is like, yeah, go ahead. And he ends up asking, they're in line like at an airport or somewhere, so they were in line for a while with each other. So like an hour goes by and they're talking, and then homeboy sent him a bill. He's like, it was like 1.5 billable hours.
That man put out that calendar and booked them. That's what he did. Good for him.
Yeah. So that's, when you put people, he didn't put him on the spot in the show, but I just thought that was funny because he is working. Like, that's justified. So when people are constantly putting you on the spot saying, hey, I'm going to do this. I want to book with you. This or that. You just say, okay, cool. Here's pull out your calendar. Let's do this right now. Let's do it right now. What you got available? Put them on the spot. It's like playing cards. Like, okay, I'm gonna call your bluff. You keep saying this. If you really want it, you wouldn't be talking about it. So let's get this. Let's get this locked in. Let's get you dialed in, buddy. So that's how you stop that. So whenever you go somewhere and there's that person there that's always trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna book with you. I'm gonna book with you."
That's a red flag as to they're not gonna book with you.
Yes. So. And there's no harm in that. They could just be making small talk.
Yeah.
But it's like, let's make small talk about something else. Yeah. Like, why are you gonna go straight to work?
Let's talk about the weather.
Yeah. So
last one?
Which one were we? Now going into number 5. Number 5 is gonna be those potential clients that inquire, or maybe you're doing the work for them. They may or may not have had some of the few characteristics of 1, 2, and 3, and 4, but those clients that kind of come out, oh, are you sure there's no discount? I got a lot of friends. I'll tell all my friends.
Oh, for sure, I'm gonna bring you
I'll
business.
oh, yeah. Oh, I'll bring you tons of business. I'm going to tell everybody. You know how many people that have told me that actually came through? Maybe like three out of hundreds of clients that I've serviced, only 3 have actually came through that have said that. And they didn't say it in that way. They didn't say it trying to get a discount. They said it as in, we take care of the people that take care of us, type of like, oh, I'm gonna get you some business. Like if you're conducting business like this, oh, I have no problem getting you business. Like you're gonna get some business coming from me because they're looking for quality work, type of deal. Like, oh, we found our people now. Like one of our clients that we've been doing work for, he owns an air ride. He does air ride and custom audio, and now he's like, okay, I got my people. Now. Like, don't even worry about that. Anybody asks me, I already know.
Yeah.
So
it's a good feeling.
And anything he needs, he knows we're gonna hold it down for him. So that's the client you want. But most of the time, they're trying to get a discount. Oh, I'm gonna tell all my friends this and that. Then you go home, you don't even see an Instagram post. You don't even, so it's support comes in so many different ways.
Those are the ones that get funny when they pay with card, and when that tip thing comes in, when that tip question comes, that's when they get funny. All right, man, I'm not tip, but I got a lot of business coming your way, man. I'm gonna take it. That's when they bring it up on their own. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's brought up. It's always brought up kind of like in a strange way. Say, hey, man, I got a lot of friends. Like, okay.
Heard that before.
Yeah. What your friends got to do with me? So this last one is a bonus that Sal got.
Hey, I don't know what it is about this, but it just doesn't correlate well in our experience. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, all these have been checked already. Is
plus some.
Yes.
Plus some.
Is when they say, you guys take Cash App? No. I don't know what it is about Cash App. They take Cash App. Usually they got shoes hanging on the telephone wire. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's rough. So no, like I don't know. You guys take Cash App? What type of?
Let us know.
Who pays the Cash App? Your clients.
Yeah, let us know. But it's been.
Can you write this down real quick?
The only places we've had the request for Cash App. One person asked if I could download. I said no. I said no. I'm not going to. Is it like
I don't
that?
have
Just
internet.
seems like scammers would be there like all day. You know what I mean? Like
you know where we get the one time that we ran Google ads.
Yeah.
Everything was checked here. All the bad places where you don't want a detail, where everything's just sketchy. At the very end of the detail, it said, "Do you take Cash App?"
Nope. Cash only. Cash only.
Yeah, we waited there. They went to the bank. They had to go to the ATM on that one.
And they didn't take the clean card. They took the dirty card. They didn't take the one that we just detailed. That ain't happening.
So do you guys take Cash App?
Yeah. Let us know. Let us know if if Cash App would even be on your top 5. So those are our top 5 plus the bonus from Sal. And we want to do something different at the end of every video. We want to do not only a shout out. We want to give a shout out in the we always give shout outs to the same guys because they're always giving us love. But is there someone in particular this week that's shout out to our boy Danny.
Big Danny, San Francisco, man.
Yeah, Danny came through last week and hung out with us.
Always some good energy, man.
Danny's auto detailing, great guy, great business. The guy's killing it out there in San Francisco, doing his thing. He has a YouTube channel. Go check him out. But He's a School of Them alumni. He came through last week. We were doing a. He came through last week. We were doing a eval on in a time study for a client that was looking to kind of get some efficiencies and process improvement in order. And Danny came through to just kind of hang out, talk shop, and we had a small little round table throwing around great ideas and lots of knowledge and learning experiences with one another. And Danny's just a great guy, man. It's always a pleasure working with Danny. Always a pleasure learning with Danny. It's always a pleasure, teaching things to Danny. There's just people that have good energy all the time, and Danny's one of those guys.
Yeah, he has a good outlook on things from where he's at. He's in San Francisco, big city, different from where we're at. So
Yeah.
he brings a lot of different things that we don't normally run into.
Yeah.
So it's always good conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks for
Love you.
coming out. So shout out for Dan. Shout out to School of Them alumni, Danny's Auto Detailing. We would also like to highlight a certain product or chemical every week that's impressing us, that's showing us what type of work it can do under any given condition. This week, you have any clue what the product may be?
What you talking about, Green Star?
No.
I know mine.
What's yours?
Mine is that Clean Korea glass towel, the two-sided glass towel.
Oh, yeah, the HD, the heavy duty one?
Yes, I got no problem throwing in the windshield.
Yeah.
A complimentary windshield wipe now. I don't care how dirty it is. That towel gets down. You guys check it out.
Yeah, you get that at Detail Division. We'll link it in the description
I'm
below.
loving that towel.
But it's an expensive towel, but it's a really good, when it comes to glass cleaning, we'll pay any expense to get that. We have one of the most expensive window cleaners. We have the most expensive towels that I've seen out on the market, and the time savings is worth it. So I don't want to hear any. Well, it doesn't matter. We're still going to get the cheap people. Oh, it's so expensive. Whatever. Then use Super Clean. I don't care. But if you want it done fast, my pick for product of the week is going to be FSC by Coach Chemi. This is a finish spray for exterior with the lime scale remover. I was able to use this to remove the water spots, which I have a whole video on. I wasn't expecting to make a video. I was just going to do a quick little, clip for Instagram. But I was so surprised by it. I said, let me keep this tape rolling. And I just removed the water spots off of the van. They get hit with the sprinklers, and took them off with no problem. No problem. We used it this morning also on a high country Chevy Suburban or Tahoe, and they had some water spotting on the hood. It's a maintenance client. There was some water spotting on the hood. Probably been there about 3 weeks. Very well maintained and protected car. This held it down also. So it's has a pleasant smell. It's for the exterior. It has lime scale remover, so it helps remove those very, very light, minimal, and new, I emphasize on the word new, water spots. Because obviously stuff that's baked in there, stuff starts to happen on the surface that becomes permanent. So this guy here, and if you're not using DI water,
boom.
This thing right here is probably going to be a lifesaver for you. I can't imagine, those drips and stuff. We all get those drips. And sometimes those drips do have some nasty runoff, and this holds it down. So, Finish Spray Exterior by Coach Chemi. So if you guys are looking to pick that up, I'll link everything in the description below. Again, Joel Sal with details. That was our top 5 red flags. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, and share.